Today I'll go over uploading new leads into a contact list for TextIt. Because Genesis doesn't currently sync with TextIt, we need to upload any new leads into TextIt so that it has the client's name and Genesis ID and is easier to identify. So we're going to open up the reporting server and look for a report called Marketing Lead to Pack Tracking. On a weekday, you're going to set it from the previous day's date for the from date, and the to date will be the next day. So in this case, I'm using the 16th till the 18th. Now, if you're uploading this on a Monday, you would go from the Friday through to the Tuesday. This makes sure that it includes any leads that came in after you uploaded it the previous day and up until this moment. Then you will load report. Wait for it to run. Press download as a CSV. No need to change anything on here, just download and open it up into Excel. From this report, you only need the customer ID. So you can just delete all other columns and then just save it. To a folder of your choice where it's going to be easy for you to find. Change it to Excel workbook. And I just save it with today's date so it's easy to find. And then you can close it. You're going to go back to the reporting server again and look for the common dialer contacts. This report will allow you to get the customer's details from any customer ID. So you're now just going to click on that and upload the file that you just saved. Press open and load report. Once this is done, download again as a CSV and open it up. So from those customer IDs, it has now given you the name and mobile number for those clients. From this file, we want to keep the customer ID, we want to keep the name and the mobile number. So all other columns can be deleted. From here, we just want to make sure that all the number formats are the same for the formulas. So I just sort the mobile numbers by smallest to largest and make sure it's expanding the selection so that it stays against the corresponding client. Okay, so you can see that the number at the top is a valid mobile number. That's fine. Just scroll down to the bottom and you'll see that some of these are +61. That's fine, you can leave them in there. Sometimes there will be an invalid number here or a landline. So if something is 07, for example, you can just delete any of those columns. Same as if there was any at the top that are not a full mobile number, you can delete those as well. There's also going to be a couple here that may have been invalidated numbers, so wrong numbers. You can just delete those because we don't have a phone number for them. Now we're just going to move the mobile number over to the side because we need to change the name column to just be first names. So to do this, we just go to Data and Text to Columns, leave this on delimited, and we want to use the space here. So everything else should be unticked. You'll see how that's separating down here. So then we're just going to click Next and Finish. You can see now we've just got the first names there. We're just going to delete the other names. They're not needed for this process. Now, the way we save names in TextIt is we have the first name and then a space and then the customer ID and then a space, and then we put like a tag to be able to identify what list that client has been uploaded from. So in the column next to the first name, we're just going to do equals, and then in speech bubbles, we're going to click the first name, do the end symbol, and then a space in speech bubbles, and then end again, and then we're going to click the ID. We're going to do end again, another space in the speech bubbles, and then we're going to put the little tag that we're going to use. So for new leads, we're just going to use Gen, G-E-N. And once that's done, you can just press enter, and that's going to change it for the identifier that will be uploaded into TextIt. So you can just apply that to all of them, and then we're going to copy it, and we're going to paste it in the names tab with values so that it copies over, not as a formula. We can then remove the formula that we created. Now for TextIt, you need the numbers to be 614, not 04. So we're just going to, next to the mobile number, do equals. We're going to put 61 in speech marks, do end, and click the mobile number, and that's going to change it to that. Now, just be mindful that there will be the ones that already were in that format. So when you drag the formula down, just stop before the 61. And then we're just going to move the 6 ones over. And then we can copy this whole column and just paste it in next to, again, values. And we can delete these. Now we just need to change the headers. So for the Genesis ID, it will be field, and then colon Genesis underscore ID. This one can stay as name, and this is URN colon TEL. Now, I would advise that you do a quick search in Genesis against a couple of these phone numbers as a spot check. Just make sure it's with the corresponding right client. And then we're just going to save this file. Again, just save it to your preferred folder. Save it as an Excel workbook. So I use new leads, today's date, and save. You also might just want to check that no duplicates have come in. So I would just have a quick check by highlighting the duplicates. You do that in conditional formatting. You can see that this phone number's been used twice for 2 different people. It can't be uploaded as 2 different people, so we're just going to get rid of the second one. Quick look, you can see that the same things happened here. The reason we don't just use the remove duplicates is sometimes there might be a preferred one. The name might not have come through correctly on one and it may have on the other. So I just manually do a quick check to see which one we want to keep. You can see this one's still highlighted, which means she may have actually came through 3 times and we might see hers down further again. Yep, so you see Emily's down here again and we'll delete her. Okay, and then we can just save it again and we can exit. Now we're going to go into TextIt and go to the contacts. We're going to import and we're going to choose that same file again. Then just preview. Now for the new leads and only the new leads, we're going to put it into an existing group. We're not going to create a new group, and that's just going to be the new leads list. Then we can import. And those will now be added.